Welcome to Revitalizing Yoga this morning for Tupten Nobuling. I'm happy to be here. So just take a moment, take your seat, comfortable seat, whatever that is for you. If you really can't get a comfortable seat, lie down with your knees bent, something under your head. And if you can, begin upright. Just take a moment to drop into yourself and see how you're doing and see how you're showing up. Using just the amount of effort you need to be upright and present. If you notice you're very slumpy, then a little more effort to take up your space. And if we're holding too tight, then maybe relax more down into your seat. And bring your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your belly. So it's just your hands on your torso, one on the heart, one on the belly. You can place them other places if this doesn't feel comfortable. Feel the hands firstly in touch with your clothing. And then go beneath that sensation and feel how your hands can connect below the clothing and below the skin. And there becomes a relationship between the hands and your inner environment. So perhaps under the left hand, you might feel your beating heart. Under the right hand, it's your digestive area. And let the areas underneath your hands relax and take in the softness of the hand, the connection of your hand. Connecting our bellies with our heart. And just noticing your natural breath. Breathe deeper if you like, but you don't have to breathe in any particular way. Just watching, connecting, just for another few moments. Connecting with yourself, with your heart, with your gut wisdom. So as we practice, always listening to your practice. You have the choice to do something or not do something, to do less or to do more. Listen to your body, come out early, whatever is best for you. Don't do it just because a yoga teacher says. But does it serve you today? And then bring your palms together at your heart and bring up bodhicitta. Intention for our practice. May each of us awaken to our greatest potential for the benefit of all beings. Or at least may we be kinder to others. And then the hands can come down, and before we get to our backs, take a seat where your knees are a little, if you're sitting cross-legged, where your knees are a little close together and the shins are a little more away from you. So rather than the ankles right back, but shins are forward, knees are more together. Hands can be on your knees for a moment and wriggle and feel your sitting bones. And sweep the arms out. You can breathe in now. Join breath with movement. Arms over the head. And exhale, palms down through center. Take in a deeper breath from the center of your chest, from the middle of your back, upper back. Reach out, feel the hands meet, and bring them down through center. And one more, reach out, take up all the space, reach up high, and palms meet down through center. Bring your arms down along your side, so a little bit away from you. So you're reaching the arms out and your fingertips are just touching the ground, and you have a sense of broadness across the front of the chest, but also a sense of broadness across the upper back. And let your right ear drop in the direction of your right shoulder. So then you get a tugging, a stretch through the left side of your neck. And don't force these neck stretches in any way. So take a couple of breaths here. Your left hand you can lift up a little bit and circle the left wrist. This you might feel that translate all the way up through the neck. And then slowly bring your left hand down. Your right hand comes to the side of the face and give a little assist with to bring your head back to center. Pause in the middle and feel that difference. And then take the left ear in the direction of the left shoulder. Reach out through your right arm. The right arm can lift up just a bit off the ground. Feel the tugging in the right side of your neck, shoulder, and circle through the right wrist. And then the right hand down by the side, left hand comes by the side of the head and slowly lift up. Fingertips by your side, and then take a little back bend where you squeeze the shoulders, and then think of stretching the front of your throat in front of the spine of the throat and lift up only in as much as feels good, and jut your chin a little forward. So stretching the front of the neck. And slowly come back to your center. Bring your head, your chin down towards your chest, and very gently your hands can come on the back of the head and maybe give a tug. If it's too tight and it feels too much sensation in the back of the neck or in the upper back, then don't use the hands. But otherwise you might give a little assist, not too much, to stretch in the upper back of the neck. Slowly bring your head back to center, and then one more neck movement before we move from here. Fingertips back by your side, and turn your head to look over your right shoulder and use your eyes. Let your eyes lead the way. Look around over the right shoulder, look around with the eyes, and the left shoulder you're keeping back. You're reaching out through the left arm, fingertips again, to keep the front of the left shoulder nice and open. Another full breath in and out. Looking around. Slowly the head back to center. Take a pause. Feel that moment. And then when you're ready, look around with your eyes. Turn your head to look over your left shoulder. Use your eyes. Use the eyes to look. Move the eyes to look to help you twist. Reach out more through your right arm. Right fingertips could lift up off the ground and circle through the right wrist as you twist, and keep open in the front of the left chest. Okay. And then back to center. Hands on knees for a moment. You can notice, feel in your neck, face, shoulder area if that feels different. And then come and lie down on your back. Get on your back and hug your knees into your chest and take some circles with the knees one way. And take circles, knees the other way. And then with your hands on your knees, the knees are away. Inhale here. And exhale, pull back. Inhale, knees away. Exhale, pull back. Do this twice more. Inhale, knees away. Exhale, pull back. Inhale, knees away. And then exhale, pull back. Bring your feet on the ground as wide as your mat. Bring your knees and drop them in. And extend the arms out wide. Feel the arms wide, the chest wide, the upper chest, the back of the upper chest wide. Then keeping your feet still wide, the knees come apart and gently drop the knees one side. Bring it back to center and gently drop the knees the other side. So you decide how far your knees go. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. That's kind of, one of my mantras, or at least like sometimes there's a developmental discomfort, but it's when anything feels risky or there's sharp pain or, I think often instinctively your body knows, and we just need to listen deeply. And sometimes we can do things we didn't think, we could do. And other times we try and do something that we didn't think we could do, and really it wasn't a good idea. So side to side, and then at some point rest the knees towards the right, and you let the left hip come up. The left hip is coming up. You're not trying to necessarily keep the left hip towards on the floor, the back of your pelvis. And a breath with the knees to the right. Then bring them back and take your knees over to the left and let the left back of the pelvis lift up. Let the left hip lift up as the knees go over to the left. And you can often get a stretch in the front of the right hip pelvis area. And bring it back to center. Let's take the left leg to the sky, hold behind the leg and circle the ankle. Start with the right knee bent. We'll straighten it out in a moment. You can pull the toes back and point, pull back and point. So we wake up the back of the leg, pull back and point. And all circles, all movements in the ankle. If it's good for you, you can extend the right leg out more or all the way. If you extend the right leg out all the way, pull the toes back towards you. Just another couple of breaths, letting your breath move smoothly in and out. Last moment. And then bring the knees in, both in. Bring the left foot on the ground, keep the knee bent at first. Take the right leg to the sky. Hold behind the right leg, and this is a chance you can even give a massage to the back of the leg. And then circle through the ankle area, noticing however much movement that you have in your ankle, and you can also move your toes and pull back and point. Pull the ankle back, reach out through the heel and point, stretch across the top of the ankle. Do a few of those and be curious how much movement, if there's a little extra movement you can squeeze out of the ankle area that hasn't happened yet. And slowly, if you like, extend the left leg out a little or all the way. Pull the left toes back if you do. And last couple of breaths here. And then we get a nice big tug through the back of the right leg and You know, when we lengthen and warm up the backs of the legs, that often helps with low back discomfort. Okay, release from there. Hug the knees in and circles. And then at some point, you can roll over to your side and use your hands and push yourself up and come onto your hands and knees. And let's take it into a child's pose, straight back into a child's pose. So sitting, letting your belly go between your thighs. And when you get there, you can move your torso side to side. So I'll show you, I'll change the angle. As you can move your torso side to side, move the weight more towards one leg and the other. And then that gives a lot of different sensations in your back. And through the side and through the hips and the low back. You can also just be still, or you can explore the side to side movement, just moving slowly with awareness, gentleness, with sensitivity. Then when you're ready, bring yourself back up onto hands and knees. We'll do a little cat-cow. Spread the hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Drop the belly, inhale. Lift and exhale, round. Drop the belly, inhale, lift. Look forward and exhale, round. And so do a few of these slowly, sensing. You can pause at any time. So if you feel like taking an extra breath anywhere in the arch or the round, do that. And you don't have to stay exactly on just the arching and rounding. If you want to take movements side to side or little circles, or let the head dangle. So if you might be in the rounding. Okay, so it's basic cat-cow, but then with all the freedom to explore in your way. So fewer rules, right? Just your full permission for creativity in your movement. Maybe you bend the elbows, maybe you move the shoulders. If you like, you just want to do regular cat-cow, by all means. Do it, or sometimes a little shake in the tail feathers. Sometimes when we're rounded, a little dangle in the head. Then turn your toes under, come and sit back on your heels and give a shake out the arms. So, you know, really good shake, very definite shake. So we're moving the energy. Full shake, and then bring yourself back, hands and knees again. Take the right leg out and lift it parallel to the floor. You can peek back and see how it is. Then as you inhale, lift the leg, lift the chest. Bend the knee and draw the knee into the forehead, forehead to knee. Inhale, take it back and lift. Exhale, round in. Take it back, inhale. Exhale, round in. Take it back, inhale. Round all the way in, hold it in for a minute, for a moment, not a minute, a moment. Hug in, and then down. And then to the other side, straighten out the left leg, toes under, and then lift the leg and pause and feel the weight of the leg. You might peek back and see the angle, parallelish to the floor. Lift the leg, lift the chest, and exhale, round. Take it back, inhale. Exhale and round. And slowly go for smooth and slow conjoined breath with movement. Exhale as you hug in. All the way back, straighter leg, then lift and arch. And hug all the way in. Let's do one more. Taking it back, straight, lift chest. And bend knee round all the way in. Knee down. Big circles with your hips. Circle all the way to the right, left, forward. Bend the elbows to allow your shoulders to move and your side body to move. And reverse your circles, letting your whole spine respond to your hips. Okay, and then let's lie down on the ground. We're going to do a few little back strengtheners. So if you know you don't like the feeling of the pressure of your pelvis on the hard floor, then open up your blanket and just take a moment to lie with your forehead on the back of your hands. And bring your arms out to like a cactus. Of course, you guys live where there are actual cactuses. We don't have them over here on the East Coast. I'm sorry, I'm in Boston. So bring your arms out where they're bent. And then you're going to keep the forehead down and lift the arms so the back is engaged. Then lift the chest, keep the gaze towards the floor, exhale down. Okay, I'm going to inhale up, gaze stays down, exhale down. You keep your arms up in between and just touch the head down. Inhale up, exhale, or bring the arms down if you like. Lift shoulders, lift arms, squeeze shoulders, inhale up, exhale down. Two more, inhale up, exhale down. And one more, lift the arms and take a breath, stay up. And then relax, bring the arms wherever you like, turn the head whichever way you like. Let your pelvis gently move side to side. Extend your arms out in front now. And we're going to lift just the right arm up and bring it down. And just the left arm up and bring it down. And if you don't go too far, that's fine. And you lift your head and chest as well as the arm. Inhale, right arm up, turn your palm into midline. Exhale down. Left palm up, lift. And down, and just one more each side. And you don't get much lift, that much lift usually, but you use the back muscles to try. Bring it down. Really nice back strengthener. Lift left arm and down. Relax. Bring your forehead on the back of your hands. Then we'll do one leg at a time. So take your right leg, lift, and try not to lean over. Still have the front of the pelvis on the ground. Exhale, bring it down. Left leg, straighten the leg and lift it. And down. Squeeze the thigh and lift the right leg. Reach the foot back. Squeeze the right buttock. And down. Left leg, lift, squeeze. And down. Right leg lifts. The thigh squeezes. And down. Left leg lifts, squeezes. And down. One more. Right leg lifts. Hold for a breath. Back body is strongly engaged to keep the leg up. Slowly down. Left leg comes up. Keep up for an extra breath. And slowly down. You can do a gentle windshield wiper if you like. Then we're going to put the arms and legs together. So it's going to be opposite arm with opposite leg. So what we'll do is we'll lift right arm and left leg, lift it up and then down, and then left arm, right leg. So the arms extend out, forehead down. Remember, you can lift your chest along with the arms, but just try not to tip the head back too much. Okay. Right arm, left leg, lift, squeeze and down. Left arm, right leg, squeeze the right butt and down. Right arm, left leg, lift, do your best and down. Left arm, right leg, reach out the leg, reach out the arm and down. Right arm, left leg, reach the fingers forward, reach the toes back and down. Left arm, right leg, reach, fingers forward, toes back, and down. And one more each side, slowly. Right arm, left leg, squeeze when you're up and down. Squeezing in the butt, usually the leg, and then left arm, right leg, squeeze the leg, reach the arm, and down. All right. Bring yourself into a Sphinx pose. Forearms under the shoulders. And you can go a little higher to Cobra if that's good for you, but keep the shoulders down. With Cobra, the hands don't have to be back. The hands can be quite forward. Or Sphinx. And then bringing yourself back onto hands and knees. You can move your blanket out of the way. And I'll just offer you a downward facing dog here if you like this pose and it works for you. Otherwise, the alternative is you can, if it doesn't work for your shoulders, you can just tuck the toes under and reach the arms. So it's a very active pose, but the legs don't straighten. So we can call this puppy dog. But otherwise, rather than hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, you move the hands a bit forward. Spread the hands a lot. Turn the toes under and exhale your way back into downward dog. Feet hip distance. Heels as wide as baby toes. If you can see the inner heels and not the outer heel, then turn the heels out and take the knees as wide as the ankles. Inhale, tiptoes. Exhale, press down into the heels. Do that twice more. As you push the floor away, let your head, your eyes, gaze to the back of the mat. One more inhale, tiptoes. Exhale, press down. Coming down onto the knees and bring yourself into a squat. You can pop a block underneath your tush if that feels better for your squat. And you don't have to have both heels down at the same time. You might, but you don't have to. And so move your squat a little bit side to side. Get your feet moving, the toes bending, the ankles working. As you try and move a little side to side, you might pivot a bit on the toes. Okay, so eventually, I get people walking in their squat. Sometimes we walk around the room in the squat. So at first, just side to side. You can bring yourself into a standing fold with your knees plenty bent and the head dangles. Standing fold. This feels good. You just allow a couple more breaths, letting the spine decompress. Letting the spine traction, letting the head be heavy, dangling the head a lot. Taking a nice long sigh. Then with your knees bent more, slowly unwind. Let the arms dangle, knees bend more. Keep the knees bent to the very end. The shoulders come back slowly. The head comes up last. No rush, especially at the end. We're still going up through the head. And then eventually we get upright, which is a lovely thing. Quite amazing to be able to be upright on this day. Sweep arms out. And let's interlace the hands behind the back. So clasp the hands and a squeeze back. And if that's not possible, you can get a belt or a scarf or even a little hand towel and use a belt instead of interlacing the hands. So open across the front of the chest, little mini back bend. So you can arch a little bit. Maybe the head comes up a bit. And then bend the knees a lot and bring your belly down between the thighs and look to the floor. And then maybe you continue, look between your feet and you might forward fold with the arms behind the back. So pulling the front of the shoulders back and head dangles forward fold. Then come up, hands come and they release and they sweep over your head. And then again, exhale as you bring them behind your back again, other thumb on top. Squeeze back, take a moment where you're squeezing back. And the elbows can bend, that's okay. So we're trying to open in the front of the chest, in front of the shoulder as much as you're able. Bend, belly between thighs, and forward fold. Some of you might go straighter with the legs. You can do that if all feels good, all the signs are good. And then release, keep the knees a bit bent as you come up and sweep the arms over the head. Palms through center. Sweep arms out. And this time with the arms up, your right hand can hold the left wrist and take a lean. Reach out towards the right and the hips can move to the left, no problem. Bring it back, change the cross of the hands and take a lean to the left. Hips can move a little right. And let's take it one more time each side. Hold on to the left, lean and move the hips. And back. And lean and staying grounded in your feet, you lean and you move the hips and back and arms by the side. And we take another little shake, but also include the legs. So the shake helps to move the energy and chi and even a little thumping of the heels, and that might annoy someone who's downstairs, but when you do that you can feel this vibration move all the way through the bones. So there's a lot of value in this. It's more in the Tai Chi, Qigong realm. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, and then come and face the long edge of your mat. Can you feel the nice aliveness after the shaking and maybe the banging? It's very energizing and moving. It helps release blocked emotional energy and, physical energy. Okay, let's take the legs nice and wide. So it's always hard to describe how wide. It used to be one leg's length, but I don't find that cue very helpful. So some people go a bit too wide, some people need to go a little wider. So you just judge and you feel how your inner legs are doing. Then let's start with left foot today. Why not? Turn the whole of the left foot out. It's okay, and the right foot goes back. We usually go right. but I like to mix it up and sometimes start left. And with the hands at the heart, exhale, bend the knee. Keep the hands at the heart and look at your knee and make sure it goes to baby toe. And the back foot presses into the ground. And inhale, breath here. And then exhale the arms apart and turn the palms over. Warrior two. And feel free, if you need to come out of it, you come out of it. Sometimes I work going in and out of it, which is nice. So you can hold it or you can move in and out. Just the main thing is rather than the knee moving in, you want the knee to move towards baby toe. Back foot presses. Reach the arms nice and wide open in the chest and long full breath. Lengthen your exhale. One more. And then come back to center, hands to heart, parallel your feet. Little pause there. And turn your right foot. See, I'm so used to going right first. Turn your right foot out. Let the front thigh roll out. Left heel moves back. Keep the hands at heart at first. Inhale. Exhale, aim the knee to the baby toe. So it's open in the inseam of your leg. Pause there just to work it down in the legs. Breath moves smoothly, a little more deeply now. And on one of your exhales, extend the arms apart. You can turn them over and reach the back arm back. Broad across the chest, strong in the legs, and breath moves in and out. A little longer for your exhale. And just notice if the knee wants to roll in and keep the knee directed to baby toe. That way the knee stays over your ankle. You can move in and out like I was saying on the other side. Which can be nice if it just feels too much to hold it. Last breath. Back to center, hands to heart. Parallel the feet. Sweep your arms out. And let's take a wide leg standing fold, arms wide. Hands can touch the floor or your blocks. You can bend the knees here. No problem bending the knees, especially if it helps you get your hands to the ground. Move the weight a little forward and back on the feet. Let your torso dangle. Then come halfway up onto your fingertips. And then hands can come to the hips. Come all the way up on an inhale. Heel toe, feet together. Just for a moment. And then we'll take one more standing wide leg pose. So now take the legs out wide again. Left foot turn out, right foot turn in. Hands to heart. Exhale, warrior two. And then this time for side angle, your forearm near the knee, rest and try not to collapse on the bottom arm. The right arm by your side, you open the chest up. Then the arm to the sky, right arm to the sky. Back foot presses down and try and have your knees still moving towards baby toe, still opening the inseam of the thigh. Then if you like, you reach out and over. Long breath and bright hands, bright feet, lengthening the exhale to empty the air. And when we empty the exhale, the inhale has more room to come in. You can turn your face, whichever is comfortable, up or down or looking to the side. Last breath. And slowly come up. Parallel your feet. Bring the hands to the heart. Take a moment in the middle. Whole of the right foot out. Left heel back. Exhale, bend the knee, moving it to baby toe side. Pause. Inhale. And an exhale, the arms apart. Then the forearm on the thigh. And don't let the knee roll in. Just try and keep the knee out. Try not to collapse on the bottom shoulder. This top shoulder opens. Reach the arm to the sky. Rotate the palm towards your front foot and then reach out and over. Press the back foot into the ground and one long line through the side body. Keep your neck comfortable. You can look out. That was kind of classical, but you can look down. You can look to the side. You don't have to look up, especially if it bothers your neck. Don't do it then, right? So you listen. You're making your yoga your own. Last breath or so. Long breath, long exhalation. And then slowly come up. Parallel the feet. And heel toe feet together. We'll take one balancing. And it's a strengthener balance. And you can start with your hands on your hips. Transfer the weight into your left leg and bring the right knee in and then exhale it out. Inhale in, exhale out. So we do this a few times. And if you need a wall to put one finger on a wall, then do that. Sometimes just one finger touching something helps your balance. Breathe well as you're extending the leg out, in and out. As long as the leg is above the ground, you're getting strengthening. And then at some point, the leg can stay out. The arms can come over the head, not for long. Just strong in the leg, strong leg. Reach up, breathe. And bend the knee, bring the hands down, slowly everything down. Okay, other side. Only one more side. So if you're near a wall, that's very helpful for balance. And if you fall out of your balance, who cares? No big deal. It's just practice. Transfer the weight into your right leg. Bring the left knee up. Hands can start on the rim of your pelvis. Exhale out. Inhale in. Exhale out. Try not to lean back. It's easy to kind of want to lean back. So stay upright and out. Do your best to reach out and spread the toes, right toes. Standing leg can bend slightly. You don't have to have the standing leg, locked out. One more, reach it out. And then bring the arms over the head, not for long, but for another 2 breaths. Reach up, lift the leg, reach, squeeze, bend the knee, bring the hands down. All right, come into your squat. And onto hands and knees, and we're going to go into a low lunge. So depending on your back knee, how that feels, you might like to give a little padding. And if you have blocks are very useful for low lunge pose. Okay, so from hands and knees, let's take the left foot forward. And we're looking to lengthen and stretch across the top of the thigh, but also through the inner thigh, inner pelvis, the whole right side of the lower torso. And so you bring your hands, you can, it's nice to have them on medium blocks. Press the top of the foot down and you just go to an edge. You don't try and go to your very deepest. You press the foot down and you hug the inner thighs in towards midline. So it's not just all stretched. There's some muscular action, engagement still in the legs, hugging in towards midline and the top of the back foot pressing down. When you get into a lunge, you might move the pelvis a little side to side. You can let the head drop and lengthen in the back of the neck, or the alternative is also if you want to come up higher, the blocks can come higher and you go a little more into back bend. It just depends on your body. Others want to stay more down. So low lunge, pelvis can move side to side quite a lot. You might even peek over the left shoulder if you let your pelvis move a lot and you turn in your waist and then turn in your head, you can peek over the left shoulder. So this becomes a little twist as well. It adds a lunge, a side bend, and a twist when you look over the shoulder. Okay, so let's finish up there. Bring yourself out, hips back, bring your foot back. And just take a moment. Can you feel that side, how it feels? And let's go the other side with the right leg forward. Hands could be on blocks. And the top of the foot presses down. The inner thighs hug in towards midline. So there's a muscular engagement that gives you support. And you don't want to just lunge. For some people, it's especially flexible people, it's very easy to over lunge and then just tug too much in the ligaments. So you keeps engagement in the muscles as well, and then go into lunge. And it doesn't have to be your deepest. Lunges, if you don't do them regularly especially, they can feel very tight. So back out as you need to, and hips side to side. Look over the right shoulder, letting your the left hip dip quite a lot. And looking around. So then it's a lunge, it's a twist, and it becomes a bit of a side bend through the left side if you get it all the way through. So your exploration and our yoga practice changes day to day, month to month, year to year, and decade to decade. The yoga we practice when we were 20, 30, 40 is not the yoga necessarily we practice when we were 50, 60, 70, right? Like, why would it be? So just honor your today's practice. So let's finish that off and come back. And we'll take a seat for a forward bend. If you would like to sit up on a little blanket for forward bend, do that. Extending the left leg out, bring the sole of the right foot into the left inner thigh. And you can, bring a block under here if you need to, it's no problem. And if your extended leg, if that's difficult, you can bring a block under the extended leg as well. So take a twist with your right hand on the outside of the left leg. Lift the chest, look over your left shoulder. You can even swipe the belly. Swipe, swipe. Then keeping some of that twist, so turn your head to look back towards your leg and slide your right hand down the outside of the leg. Reach the left arm over. So now your forearms or your wrists are crossed. And then take your forward fold. However far you go, it doesn't matter if you hit your toes, you don't have to get the toes. Lengthen. Sometimes as you go into forward bend, then you come out, take a deeper breath and lengthen through the front body and then drape over again. So that's the other thing is the poses are not one-way streets like, oh, we just have to go deeper and deeper and deeper. No. We go in, we come out a bit, we explore, we look around another corner, we take a different route, we decide we don't want to go as far. So it's just having a pleasant conversation with your body, with the sensations of the body, treating yourself with kindness, gentleness, appreciation. 2 more breaths. And then slowly come up and swap out your legs. And the right leg is extended. The left knee comes in. Sometimes the teaching is the left knee moves back, but the way I teach it mostly is let this left knee move in. Then the left arm to the sky, exhale it to the outside of your leg, press into the leg, lift the chest, take a little twist, see how that goes. Look over your right shoulder. You can swipe the belly, swipe, grab your belly rolls and appreciate those and give them a swipe. And then turn, cross the arms over as you, so now it's the right on top of the left, and forward fold. And just you do your forward fold, not a one-way street, your exploration, an open field to look around. Sometimes you remain quite still. And other times there's the exploration. Sthira Sukha Asanam in the classical yoga sutras, that's the one verse on how to do the asanas, and it means Sthira Sukha, so Sthira is stable or grounded, and Sukha is happy, blissful. So poses are stable, grounded, happy, and blissful. Last breath. So if that's not the case with your yoga, then we've got to figure it out. Like, well, how to make your yoga happy and blissful. Perhaps it's the wrong style or not quite the right teacher for you. So yoga. So it's not like we should adapt ourselves to the yoga, but yoga adapts to us in any time in our life. So let's finish, lie on your back. And so we're nearly at Shavasana, but there's time for just, a last little move here. And you could take a gentle twist each side. But you could also take a bridge pose. Sometimes I like to finish with bridge, feet hip distance. I think that's the one I'll cue, where you peel your back up off the ground, feet at hip distance. Roll the shoulders under. You could interlace the hands. You don't have to. The arms can also just press down into the ground. And press the ball of the big toes into the ground. Let the back of the neck lengthen. So Sthira Sukha Asanam. The pose is grounded, stable, happy and blissful. And one vertebra at a time, slowly come down, slowly come down. Pelvic tuck, press the back into the ground and then relax. Happy baby or rocking butterfly. Soles of the feet can be together or soles can be wide. Then set yourself up for Shavasana, comfortable, warm. Nothing left to do except relax and rest. Allow yourself to be rather than do. Let the feet be slightly wider than hip distance and allow the feet just to drop open as they like. Bring the arms a little bit away from the body. I like to bring them off the mat. Otherwise, I feel like I'm having to hug the arms too close to the body. The palms not all the way down or all the way over, just where's natural, letting the fingers curl in. And give yourself over to the earth, to the ground. Your mind residing in your body. Body, vehicle for the mind. And a few moments resting, doing nothing, simply being.